What is up? It has been a minute since the last time I posted. Well, I've got a few videos that will be coming up just recently, but it's not that I've been off my game. After the last video that you'll see, I had a massive flare-up, resulted in me going into hospital. They thought that I had septic arthritis. It just worked out that it was one of the worst cases of gout that I've had in a very long time. So to put it into words, I literally couldn't stand, I couldn't walk. So yeah, there was no gym for a little while. So I've had just over a week or so off. We're now into week 15, which I'm over it now. It did really annoy me because obviously I was starting to make some really good progress, and it feels like I've gone backwards a little bit, but we will work on, get back on it and start making things happen again. So anyway, I will talk a little bit more later on, but right now let's get on with it. And it is going to be a leg session. There may need to be some amendments. Normally I'd hit squats. Gonna have a look to see what they feel like, but most probably going to be hitting leg press. Ankles are still feeling really quite fragile, is probably the best way of putting it, and I really want to get the most bang for my buck. Still really hitting legs, and I don't want to have to cut the workout short. So anyway, on with the workout, and I will see you in a minute. So even though my ankles were feeling very fragile, I thought I would test the water out and just have a little try and see what squats felt like. Now obviously, as you can see, I used the plate to raise my ankles just to take that tension off of those ankles, because the flexibility really isn't there. And as you can see, looking fairly comfortable with a very light weight. So I decided to go for it, not really checking on too much weight. The focus was more about getting just under the bar again and really going for it, really getting those legs working and really feeling those muscles contracting. I did, however, jump straight back into 3 sets of 12 reps, hence the reason why I didn't really go too crazy with the weight. I did push myself and go for a top set of 100 kilo. Did look like I wasn't getting quite as deep into the squat, but it did feel good. It felt comfortable, didn't put too much pressure on my ankles, so I was happy with that. It really felt good just to have a little bit more weight on my back. And if you've watched enough of my videos, you'll know it's not about how much weight you can lift, it's about how much weight you can control under mechanical tension. I then went on to Bulgarian split squats using a dumbbell in a goblet position, and on my left side there was not really much problems. Ankles felt good, legs felt good. So the only issue I really actually felt with this was the fact of my ankle resting on the box there. When I switched sides to the right hand side, the one with the bad ankle, this is where I started to really encounter some issues. Managed to get 2 reps, as you can see, or 2.5 reps, but just felt really uncomfortable, didn't feel good at all. And now you'll see that there was quite a few attempts. It almost looks like a bit of a dance move that starts to happen, and I really couldn't get my balance. My ankle really didn't feel very stable, felt very weak, and I was still getting quite a bit of pain. So I did attempt this quite a few times, and yeah, I was not good. I refused to be defeated by it. So I did keep pushing, keep trying. I did keep persevering, I did keep pushing and trying with not very much luck, to the point where I actually ended up putting the weight down and having to just really reframe my mind and really refresh. I did keep going again afterwards, and still the stability wasn't there, but as I said, I was determined that I was going to make it happen. So try again until you actually get there. So we are just coming up to the point where it now starts to kick in, and here we go. We have liftoff. I find that stability and let's go. I did manage to do 3 sets of 12 on each leg, even pushing through the pain. You can see on my face there that I am still feeling it, but I was determined that it was going to happen. Then I moved into a deficit reverse lunge using a 20 kilo dumbbell. Surprisingly, I didn't find this quite as troublesome as the Bulgarians. This was a lot more comfortable, and I really felt this in my glutes. I completed 3 sets of 10 reps each leg. As the leg extension was taken at this moment, I jumped onto leg curls for 3 sets of 12 and really just, blasted out the hamstrings, and it felt great. No pressure on my ankles, even with pushing back on the pad there. So yeah, really good. So it was more of just an all-round leg session. Then into the finale of this workout, which was an absolute finisher. Really killed my quads. This was 5 sets all in, 20 down to 15, 12, 10, 8 reps, and just keep going, but really focusing on contraction, really squeezing at the top. So definitely I could lift heavier, but it was very much about that squeeze and that controlled rep. And as you can see already, my face is telling it all. It was brutal, if I'm honest, but was brilliant because my legs felt really pumped, and it was great just to get the blood pumping in those legs, considering I hadn't been able to lift or train legs properly for a good few weeks due to this injury flare-up. So yes, there's always a way of working around it, and as you can see, my legs really were showing me that I hadn't done anything on them for a little while, and I did at one point almost start crying. Just as it looks like it's all over, there was still plenty left in the tank, and as I've not been able to lift quite so heavy, I had to utilize the fact of really hitting that volume, really getting that rep range up, and really focusing on squeezing on the exercises that I really could execute. So I really wanted to get the most out of it and really just engorge the muscles in my quads, really pump them up, and really feel that I'd actually done something on my leg. Wow, so that is pretty safe to say my legs are destroyed. Now, what you will see is I did attempt squats, and yeah, they felt okay. They weren't brilliant. So I didn't go very heavy on it. I only went up, I think I actually only did about 80, maybe pushed to 90 kilo. Didn't go crazy with the weight. Was really focused on just squeezing, just really getting the blood flowing, getting those muscles working again, because the legs were feeling a little bit weak also. Hit the Bulgarians, they gave me some trouble. My ankle really started to hurt on them. I raised my ankle because of the mobility of the ankle, because it's really stiff still. That still gave me a bit of jip as well, as you will see in the video. But I managed to get through it. I had to work through it. There's a few things where I did body weight. Again, I'm not ashamed to say it. I know what weights I've lifted before, but right now, it's purely about getting that movement back again. Just working on it. I'm sure upper body is not going to be too much of an issue, but lower body right now, ankles are fragile. So yeah, I hit Bulgarians. I did reverse lunges, but I did a more of a kind of a static kind of lunge, but also really focused on not fully extending at the top. And wow, you could really feel how much I just kept constant tension, especially in the glutes and the hamstrings. Yeah, felt really good, really felt a good burn. And I know I'm talking a million miles an hour, so I apologize. And then jumped straight onto leg extension for like a massive set, because you get supersets, giant sets. That was a massive set, pyramid. Started at 20 reps, worked down by 20, 15, 12, 10, 8, and then back from 8 back up to 20. And I can tell you my legs are completely written off. First I was feeling like I wasn't going to be doing enough, but I can honestly tell you that was enough. That was enough for the first session back on my legs. Yeah, anyway, loads going on today. I've got my new program, Super Mums. It's a 4-week program, absolutely free. It is literally home workouts, body weight home workouts, and the ladies are starting today, and I'm excited because there's about, I think there's about 12 of them signed up now. I'm really excited because I've set up a calorie goal, protein goal, and I've run through the exercises, done some demonstrations of the exercises that they're going to be doing today in today's workout. I'm super pumped. I want to see how much that the ladies can get out of it. But anyhow, let me go home, get changed, showered, ready for work. You know the jazz, and I will catch up with you in just a little bit.